Hi writers, my name is Gina Cole Rivers and I'm the founder of Simply Stylus, which is a cloud-based writing software that allows you to easily outline, organize, and write your novel. I am also the author of 2 psychological thriller novels, Blackwater Tales The Unwanted and Blackwater Tales The Secret Keepers, which can be found on Amazon.com, along with countless other flash fiction and short stories which can be found on my website. So today we're talking about building a strong main character. Your main character is the first and most important person that, not necessarily the first, but the most important person that your reader is going to connect to. And if your main character is relatable and charismatic, then your reader is going to stick with them till the end to figure out what happens to them. Some people fight me on this, but I say you must first determine whether or not your character is good or evil. There is no in between. What makes a character is a distinct personality that determines the way they look, how they move, and it fuels their ultimate motivation. Some say, well, my character is a little bit of both. Wrong. They have to be one or the other. If your character is bad or evil, that does not mean that they are necessarily a scary monster like Frankenstein or something. They can look just like you and me and function similarly on a daily basis like Patrick Bateman of American Psycho. Also, just because a character is good doesn't mean that they don't do bad things sometimes or vice versa. Their actions can go either way, but it's their motivations that ultimately don't change. And you as the writer must be very sure of their motivations from the very beginning. While I believe in allowing the story to evolve organically, and you always want to leave room for that, at the end of the day, you are the storyteller, which is what the art form is all about. You want to give them a good backstory, right? It's all about the backstory. And this kind of goes back to my first point about determining whether they're good or bad. The most epic villains have the most epic backstories, and usually these backstories reveal to us when and how our beloved villain crossed over from good to evil. Even with good characters, backstories illuminate the motivations behind their actions, and the reader needs this to fully connect with and ultimately love the character. Also, I like to give my characters, especially my main characters, quirks. Quirks are just another fun 3-dimensional layer that hooks your reader to the character. It is what makes them unique and memorable. Monsters are a dime a dozen, but what made Freddy Krueger the stuff that nightmares are made of was his glove made of knives, right? While every other villain is out there using a butcher knife or a machete, this guy took the time to create perfectly well-sharpened knives that made our skin crawl. While this is not a quirk exactly, it's an oddity that made him a legend. Same thing with Rose Nyland from the Golden Girls. She tells St. Olaf stories. St. Olaf is a very important part of her life, and as we come to know and love her, it becomes very important to us. And we feel like we know the place, like we've been there, like we know Rose. And these stories are one of the things that make her such a fun and distinct character. So let's recap quickly. A strong character is good or evil. There is no in between. This determines who they are, and your reader has to know who they are in order to truly connect with them on a deep level. A strong character has a great backstory. This is what connects your character to the reader and what gives your villains great crossover appeal. A strong character has quirks or oddities. This is what makes them real and memorable to your reader. That's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. If you're ready to start your writing journey, head on over to www.simplystylus.com. If you want to stay in the Simply Writing loop, go ahead and snag your spot on our email list and download your free quick guide to writing compelling book blurbs that make readers choose your book, or join our supportive Facebook group called Simply Writing. And there you can immediately download your checklist for creating killer book titles with the links provided below. Your story starts here.